Am I the arsehole for telling a woman in a cafe I won't let her check my phone? I, 26F, was in a cafe recently doing my work, restrictions have loosened so it's allowed, and I was using my phone to scroll through social media. I was holding my phone upright because I have bad posture so I slouch like turtle, and was minding my own business when this lady comes up and tells me to stop taking pictures of her. I wasn't. I told her I wasn't, but apologized if it seemed that way and explained I was using my Instagram. She insisted that I was, and demanded my phone to prove that I didn't have any photos of her. This may have been the part where I was a tar. I told her no and she said that if I hadn't taken any pictures of her I wouldn't mind. I told her it's a total invasion of privacy, but if she still had an issue I don't mind showing her my gallery in the presence of the cafe's manager. She then started to scream at me, claiming I'm stalling to delete the photos of her, but I stood my ground and refused to let her have my phone. Long story short, the manager of the cafe got involved and told her to leave. Her date, who had been sitting there the entire time, called me a bitch and left with her. My other friend, who was with me, told me I was the arsehole cause I should have given her my phone to shut her up and avoid a scene. My reasoning was I don't know her so I don't know what she's doing with my phone, and I had offered her a peaceful compromise, get the manager involved so there's a third-party witness, which she rejected. So here I am, asking you guys if I'm the tar. Edit. Okay, so this is blowing up more than I expected. Just to answer some recurring questions. 1. I wanted a third party, the manager, to be involved because I didn't want her aggression to escalate and result in her snatching my phone, eventual screaming, more accusations. 2. I did not involve the manager in the end. Her screaming did. 3. The private photos on my phone are not nudes. It's office documents that my boss is alright with me keeping photos of, but not sharing out in public. 4. There's a lot of incidences in my area where people steal phones using similar ruses. So I didn't want to risk it, plus COVID. 5. I'm posting here because my social group is split on whether or not I'm tar 6. The cafe I was in actually had a notice that said that they had in-house photographers would be taking pictures for their social media page. 7. I did not intentionally point my camera at anyone. I had been looking downwards at my laptop so my neck decided on its own to go into the turtle position so my phone ended up upright. I try to consciously tell myself to point it downwards but I'm human. 8. I understand the concern a lady would have. I've also been on the receiving end of creeps with phones. That's why I offered to show her with the third party present. I also wanted a witness to confirm I did show my gallery and there was nothing there. Edit 2. To clarify. 1. I understand the concern towards privacy and the prevalence of creeps out there. That's why I wanted a third party involved in case she got more aggressive, accusatory or even snatches my phone. I don't need anyone else DMing me trying to get me to see her perspective. I do and understand, that's why I was alright with letting her look with the presence of the manager. I didn't do it on the spot because she was getting aggressive, and despite me standing up for myself, I was scared. Just to put it out there, I did not demean, invalidate her concerns. 2. My work documents are sensitive and I didn't know if she would snatch my phone, physically scrolled through. Even if I held my phone at a distance, I still wouldn't know if she would snatch my phone to scroll. I didn't know her true motive, so no, I wasn't sure if letting a stranger go through my phone was a good idea. 3. I have banking apps and e-wallets on my phone. So yes, I was also scared that my money would disappear once I handed it to her. 4. Yes, my friend is somewhat a tar. She has apologized. We're still friends. 5. I was told I'm thoughtless, disrespectful, the arsehole for not being considerate of others when I hold my phone. I'm sorry, I'm human and forgot to point my phone downwards. My neck was tired from using my laptop. 6. Some of you out there are thinking I'm male. I'm not.
Not the asshole. You don't have to give a stranger your phone. People are using devices around us all the time. If she's that paranoid about being photographed, she's not going to be comfortable anywhere in the 21st century. Not the asshole. It's a pandemic, you shouldn't be letting people touch your personal property, especially a phone. This was 100% her fault, it seems like she was just trying to cause a scene. Not the asshole, you offered her a compromise and she doubled down on it. She also jumped to conclusions and got aggro with you in the first place. Also, why did your friend take her side? Your friend should have had your back.
Not the asshole, you didn't owe this lady anything. There is a lot of info available on our phones that a stranger does not need access to. She could have been a scammer. You just never know, and it is better to be safe.
Not the asshole. I don't know her, so I don't know what she's doing with my phone, and I had offered her a peaceful compromise, get the manager involved so there's a third-party witness, which she rejected. Bingo. Smartphones have a lot of sensitive and private information, easy access to emails, usernames, texts, etc. Emo, no one should ever hand their phone off to a stranger. Let people think you're rude or whatever. You were protecting your personal property and private information. And, your friend needs to grow some balls. Sometimes, conflict is unavoidable in life. This was one of those situations.
Not the asshole. This is a common scam that people use to steal cell phones.
Not the asshole. People's phones are pointed everywhere all the time. It's the fucking reality of living in 2020. If you're gonna get uptight about it, then don't leave your house. I actually do worry about this sometimes at the gym. As a guy, I always try to keep my phone pointed away from any girl that might be workout out nearby, just out of courtesy. I only ever pick it up to change a song, but that happens pretty regularly.
Not the asshole. I'd have told her to call the police and they could check your phone. Lol.
Not the asshole. You don't have to hand someone your property, particularly during a pandemic. Not the asshole. It's your phone, and your data, not hers. Your offer to compromise was totally reasonable, and she was the asshole for flipping out. Also, your friend sounds more scared of a scene than of some random stranger going through your property, so the friend is the asshole as well.
Not the asshole. Shame no one asked her what made her so special that she thought people were dying to take photos of her.
I should have given her my phone to shut her up, and avoid a scene. Absolutely not. You did everything right. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. That lady clearly has issues. She and her date a match made in hell. Your friend needs a stronger backbone. Make a scene. You shouldn't have to relinquish your right to privacy to appease crazy, narcissistic, paranoid strangers. Kudos to you and the cafe manager.
Not the asshole. Why did you make this post, as you were in the complete right here?
Not the asshole. Also, depending on where you're from, it's legal for you to take pics for her there anyway, lol. Not the asshole. Everything that happened was her fault.
Not the asshole. Why should you give your phone to anyone? She could have then run away with it, or could have broken it once she found out there were no photos of her. I think you should have a word or two with that friend of yours, though.
Not the asshole. Who does she think she is, thinking that she's important enough for people to be taking random photos of her? Was she the high school prom queen? Is this a small backwards town? Is she a local bar star that has this crazy notion that people actually know who she is?
Not the asshole. That lady is fucking nuts and got what she deserved. Also, your friend sounds like a coward.
Not the asshole. Although, TBH, I probably would have said the same thing as your friend in the moment. I dislike confrontation, and would have seen it as an easy way to diffuse the situation. That being said, you have every right to your privacy. You had no obligation to show her your phone, and her reaction is completely on her.
Not the asshole. Sounds like a great scam to steal a phone. Your solution to show the gallery to her and the manager was perfect. She's insane or a thief. If I get the manager, you'll have time to delete the pictures. ... Isn't that what she wanted?
Not the asshole.
I've had guys try and take pictures of me in public and it's scary. But the thing was, you offered to show her your gallery in the presence of a manager. She's the one who didn't take you up on that compromise, so not the asshole.
NTA. Either this lady was hella paranoid, and even if you gave her your phone, she still wouldn't believe you, or she was going to take it and run, lol. It's a pandemic. You shouldn't be just letting random people that close and touching your shit, and it's rather ballsy of her to try and make sure a huge scene about it. My response would have been along the lines of, ew, no, why would I want pics of you in my phone? Boot, I am an ass, so. Woman shrugging, tears of joy.
NTA. She had no right, you explained, offered to go through the gallery with her. Your friend is an idiot. Not the asshole. She was 100% trying to steal your phone. Not the asshole. A friend of mine had a similar situation happen. She relented and the person downloaded a hidden tracking app on her phone. 6 hours later she was approached in an empty parking lot and assaulted. Cops said it was likely attempted kidnapping for sex trafficking. This was in a decent neighborhood with low crime rates. You never know what someone else is capable of.
Nope. Not the asshole. Never give your phone to a stranger.
Not the asshole. If you're innocent, you should have no problem letting me invade your space to prove my point, is how we lose our freedoms and civil rights. You did nothing wrong here.
Not the asshole. A phone is now far more than just text and calls, it has someone's whole life on it. Someone already being irate, who knows what they could have done with it. Depending on where this is, she could call the police and they have the authority to check the phone, but I'd never give my phone to a random.
Not the asshole. And in public you can take pictures of anyone perfectly legally. There is no expectation of privacy in public.
I hate that people consider not making a scene more important than not being an op is not the asshole, but her friend and the women are. Nobody has a right to your property, and you don't just give your property to stranger to avoid making a scene when you have no idea what that stranger will do.
Not the asshole. Like others have said, if she's not comfortable with people using devices around her, she's going to have a tough life. It's not your problem though, and for security reasons you should never hand over your phone. A coworker in the cybersecurity industry has a demonstration where he can plant malicious software on a phone in the amount of time it would take for her to look at your pictures. Gotta be careful out there. Not the asshole. And I'll also add, let me check your phone, or, I need to make a quick call, is a classic scam used to steal phones as well. They get their hands on it, then leg it.
Not the asshole. If you're in the US, you can still take her picture without her consent when she's in public. If you're in a country that doesn't allow it, you offered a reasonable alternative and she refused it. There's no reason for her to handle your phone. And with COVID restrictions, she shouldn't be touching your stuff even if restrictions have been loosened.
I'm guessing your friend thinks you were the TA to them, because it was disturbing to them that the lady was shouting. But no, you were not the asshole. And if it happens again, just go with the old classic, lady, why would I be taking pictures of you? What makes you so interesting? Your friend sucks too. Not the asshole. Sounds like she was trying to steal your phone.
Not the asshole. And your friend is dumb. You don't hand your phone over to a complete stranger, you offered a good compromise and she rejected it. Not the asshole. This tactic has been used many times to steal phones. Not the asshole. That behavior says to me she might be having an affair and was paranoid about images of her and her date floating around the internet. Either way, don't give your phone to strangers. NTA wouldn't be surprised if it was a scam to steal your phone.
Not the asshole. OPSEC, never give your phone to a stranger.
Not the asshole. It's actually a common scam to get hold of someone's phone saying they need to text someone and their battery died. Then they open up your apps and see if you have anything like Venmo or PayPal or Cash App or some bank apps. Then they send themselves your money and you lose since you didn't keep your account secure and it looks like it came from your phone. I don't let anyone touch my phone that I don't know since I have work stuff and so much of my life on my phone.
It's not your fault someone else is a paranoid lunatic. You have every right to protect your property and privacy from a stranger's intrusion.
Not the asshole. Hand your phone over to a total stranger. Nope. Not the asshole. You might need a new friend though.
Not the asshole. Sounds like you avoided a scam.
Should have just ended her right there. YTF would I take pictures of yo ugly face, and be done with it.